Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your lesson for this week, which is hard to believe, week 5 of school closure. So that's 7 weeks since we had normal class because 2 weeks Easter holiday. Wow, difficult to believe. Now, you will probably be happy to hear this week's lesson is a bit shorter than usual, but I do have some special homework for you this time. And this is a revision class. What do you remember from the previous classes? Let's start here. In this exercise, you choose A, B, or C each time. Which is correct? Okay, you can press pause on the video while you do this point. Okay, next, it continues. There are 15 in total. Again, please press pause and complete the exercise. On a piece of paper, you can just write A, B, or C each time. That is the first exercise. Okay, I hope you have all your answers. Let's move on to the next part. Vocabulary. Now, maybe you remember we did this in class before lockdown, before Corona. So, these are professions, jobs, okay? You put the final letters ER, OR, IST, or IAN each time to make the name of the job. In exercise B, you complete the phrases with have, go, or get. Have a good time, go a good time, or get a good time. One is good each time. And in C, you put different prepositions, back, by, in, out, to. You put the correct word into the correct position. Please press pause while you do this exercise. Okay, the next exercise. Can you remember the names of these pieces of furniture? And prepositions. Where is the ball? Where is the ball? What direction? What direction? Where is the ball? Okay. Again, please press pause while you complete this exercise. Next, we have a reading. Now, maybe this is very small on a telephone to read. Remember, you have a copy in the emails. You can maybe see better, but you can also listen. So the first thing you do is press pause and read these sentences, not questions. Read them all. Any words you don't understand, look them up in a dictionary or with Google Translate. Then you listen and read at the same time, and for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you say T for true or F for false. Okay? So pause to read all the questions. Now listen to the man who wrote Sherlock Holmes I'm sure you have heard of Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective.
Arthur Conan Doyle was born in Edinburgh on the 22nd of May 1859. He studied medicine at Edinburgh University, and as a student he began writing short stories. He became a doctor in the south of England, but at first he didn't have many patients. So, in his free time, he began writing stories about a brilliant detective, Sherlock Holmes. Conan Doyle based Holmes's personality on his professor at university. Holmes, who lives at 221B Baker Street in London, is famous for solving difficult crimes and mysteries using his great intelligence. The Sherlock Holmes stories soon became very popular. But in 1893, Conan Doyle became tired of his detective and decided to kill him. In The Final Problem, Sherlock Holmes and his enemy, Professor Moriarty, die when they fall off the Reichenbach Falls in Switzerland. But people were very unhappy to lose Sherlock Holmes, and there were letters in many newspapers asking for him to come back. Finally, in 1901, Conan Doyle brought him back in a new story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. He explained that Holmes did not die in the Reichenbach Falls, but miraculously survived. Conan Doyle died on the 7th of July 1930. But Sherlock Holmes continues to live, both in the stories and in many film versions. Recently, he was the inspiration for the character Dr. Gregory House in the TV series House.
Okay, remember you can repeat this part if you need to. And the next exercise. You are going to hear 5 people being interviewed. First, press pause to read the questions. Sorry, the sentences. They're not questions. They speak to Heba, Polly, Alison, Sarah Jean, and Ben. Each time, you finish the sentence with the correct answer, A, B, or C. Remember, you can repeat this if you need to. So first, press pause, read all your sentences, then listen.
Where were you born?
I was born in Cairo, Egypt.
Do you have family there?
Yes, I do.
Where do you live now?
I live in New York.
2. Polly.
Did you go out last weekend?
Yes, I did. On Friday, I went to a restaurant with some friends, and on Saturday, I went to a club with some other friends.
3. Alison.
What's your favourite room in your house?
My favourite room in my house is my kitchen because I really like cooking.
Can you describe it?
It's quite small. It doesn't have a table and chairs, but it has everything I need to cook.
4. Sarah Jane.
What's your favourite room in your house?
My study.
Can you describe it?
It's a small white room with an original Victorian fireplace, and it has a view of my back garden with the apple tree and houses at the back.
5. Ben.
What did you do yesterday evening?
Yesterday evening, I was quite tired, so I went home, I had dinner, and then I had quite an early night.
What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at about 9:30.
Okay, remember you can repeat that part if necessary. Now, this week's writing, and this is a very special writing. The school is making a book. Every year, the school makes a publication with material written by the students. So the students are the writers. You are the writers of this book. So, because we are living such strange times, we want to hear your feelings about life with coronavirus. How is this experience for you? You can write short or long, you decide. And if you want, you can be in the book with your name or no name, you can say. Some useful phrases to start you, okay? You can maybe think of ways of finishing all these sentences. Maybe you can start, when this is all over, I will go to see my family in Belfast. Those are the things I will never take for granted again. Yes, you can here list the things you see every day that now you don't. For example, walking in the mountains. Okay, take for granted. Look this up in a dictionary. It means something you see very often, all the time, so often you forget to enjoy it. During this time, I learned. What have you learned? Have you learned to be patient? Have you learned to use technology? Have you learned English? Many things. Mostly I miss. What do you miss? Well, I miss my family in Belfast. I think people are great because, well, I think people are great because you have great imagination and everybody is trying to do the best. You write your ideas or different ideas. It would be very nice if you can contribute to this. And yes, this week, no Skype call, but you might get a phone call from the school to hear your ideas about this. Okay, everybody, stay safe. Take care. Bye.